Oh boy. I'm already in a lot of trouble. Look at this. Yeah. I stepped in 2 deep holes over a foot deep because you have to know where the dirt's hard and soft. And I walked up to the tree logs and all of a sudden I sank in. So I'm finding out that anywhere there are trees, do not. Like this, where the grass is fine. But where there's tree logs or stumps, seems to be where a lot of the water and mud collects. This here, well, this isn't too bad. Should be almost at Williams Station. I figure if I walk through enough of this brush, it'll get most of the mud off. Otherwise, I could always find a stick to clean it off. Mud, wet socks, all that really doesn't bother me. And you can see Tammy's way ahead. I had to shut off the camera because my legs were stuck underneath the mud, and when I pulled out my feet or when I pulled my sneakers up, bam, my sneakers were a foot under the mud, and I was walking in my socks trying to pull my sneakers out. And look at that. Is that not dedication? Look at that. I'm wearing a mud ring. Come on now. I got mud all over my hands. See if I can clean it off a little. Oh yeah, this stuff's gonna be, this is thick. Like clay, man. Oh, and all the bathrooms are closed. I paid $5, so that way I don't have access to a restroom. I'm just supposed to take a shit out in the middle of the lake bed, right? But we're almost there. If we keep heading this way, we should hit the station. Now I can't tell you up ahead if there's going to be water burying the foundations, but I assume if we keep heading this way, hey, it's over this way. Everybody wants to go off and be an adventurer, which is fine, but I have it marked on my GPS, not exactly, but a general location, and I believe that very soon up ahead we'll come across it. Wow, it's weird walking inside the lake. When I first moved here, this lake was up to the brim. Drought, poor winters. That's what does it. Lahontan. You can see, stay away from this mud. Should be coming up on Williams Station at about a little less than a half mile. Like I said, I marked it on my GPS. I don't like to get too technical, but we're talking about ruins in the middle of a massive lake. 2 lakes that are connected and a dam. If you really want to find this place, you have to you sort of got to get an idea of where it is. You see a lot of stumps. And to find to find it. If we keep heading in this direction diagonally, we should run right into a series of foundations. Just by the way, just so people know, the Williams Station was rebuilt after the wars. Did the burning do any good? No. It made a statement. That's all it did. You know, the Paiutes came here to make a statement. It wasn't against the white man. They were just sick of the white man, you know, coming here and disrespecting the local native women. Like I said, raping did take place. I mean, it was awful. It was awful. And we shouldn't laugh about it. We should take this into consideration. This is part of American West history. It was harsh here out west. This was not a place for the weak. You know, the Pony Express, when they delivered their mail, they took a chance. There was a lot of risk involved. It wasn't like they asked to be raided on or... Dude, I lost both my sneakers. Both. And I was walking around in socks because they sunk a... Huh? They're gone. They're under mud. Look at this shit. Yeah. Ugh. That's what we get for walking across a dry lake bed. It's still wet in some spots. Well, I got some traction back. There we go. Here, it's about, we're like a quarter mile from the foundation. It's like right up ahead, right up here. We'll get to it. Follow me, it's not as muddy here. It's pretty dry. Yeah, I got my mud off. My 5 inches of mud on the bottom of my shoes. I was walking on mud. The stuff's like clay. It's hard. Just sticks to your shoes and that's it. Almost at Williams Station. We'll see what surprises await. On our way back, we'll take this way. There's a road that runs along there. And try to get our shoes cleared off of mud. I wore the red shoes to match my Santa beard. And as you can see, my shoes are now, they're brown. They're not even red. But if we find Williams Station, I'll be really excited. Like I say, may not be much left of it, but it is a historic site and, you know, it should be honored. This place had, you know, it had everything. It had a saloon and a little store and sold goods and dealt with postal mail. So, yeah, it's a very relevant site. And even if it was burned down and rebuilt, you know, this is from the 1800s. This site is what sparked the war between the Paiutes and the soldiers that were posted at Fort Churchill. And of course, to make sure on my website, I put a link to Fort Churchill so people can see the connection between Fort Churchill and this station alone. Very marshy. And I don't know what this is. A boat ladder? A walker? Come on. No. Maybe a boat ladder. That's history right there. Probably came off a 1970s boat. Wow. It's pretty amazing. We need to kind of head off that direction, and the station should be over there. This is Lord Rick.